you're making out that everything's fine and dandy when clearly it isn't.
Well, of course it isn't, but I'm saying it's not the end of the world.
Phone
we are
theft.
not in a serious crime-ridden situation.
Well, I disagree. Our prison's full.
Well, yes, you would disagree, but you do not have any facts on your side.
I've just given you some facts.
Anecdotes.
Well, I've given you facts.
Okay, shoplifting is up. Other, overall crime is down.
Okay, here's another story from The Independent. Schools are facing a national emergency of knife crime with 4 attacks every single week.
Is that more or
Well, I mean, you're the guy from The Independent. I don't know. Maybe you should read your own paper. Worst areas for knife crime in the UK, also in The Independent, rise everywhere across the country. These are all independent stories.
From what to what? I mean, yes, crime
ask the editor.
Has gone up slightly over
you're working from home.
the past year because it's bounced back since the coronavirus.
Yeah, but it's a rise though. Unless you're telling me that The Independent's got it completely wrong, and it's not a rise. They've got a rise of knife crime across the country, schools facing a national emergency, shoplifting at an all-time high, and that's just what we've found in the last 2 minutes.
No, Mike, I've accepted that shoplifting and knife crime have both risen. Crime overall is down. The point is, you concentrate on the 2 things that have gone up. I'm concentrating on the overall picture, which is that crime overall is low. And lower than it has been for decades. It went up slightly last year because it was recovering from the coronavirus pandemics. But it is...
So apart from when it went up last year, it's low. And apart from the fact that shoplifting is up and knife crime is up, it's low. I mean, you can cut it any way you want it, John, is the point.
No, you can't. No,
all right, well, let me finish up with one...
It has gone up from the lowest it has ever been to the second lowest it has ever been last year. And
lots of people don't
go running around as if the country's in ruins and there are criminals at every door and things are getting worse. They are not.
Well, the prisons are full, OK? We need more prison space, so therefore we must... If we don't need more prison space, why are they saying they need more prison space in the government? They're saying it because we've got more criminals than ever. You're saying we haven't got more criminals than ever. They're saying they want to create a prison environment outside the prison for all the criminals they can't put into the prison, and yet you're telling me that crime is down. It doesn't make any sense, John. I mean, you might as well call somebody from the asylum and come and tell them to take you away.
The reason prisons are full is because we sentence people for longer.
No, but we let them out sooner as well.
Public pressure on sentencing, which is perfectly fair and democratic.
But we let them out sooner. We're now letting
sentenced for longer, but that means more people are going to prison.
Yeah, but we're also releasing more people.
Are in prison for longer.
We're releasing more people from prison as well.
We are now because the prisons are full. But
because the prisons are full because there are so many criminals. I mean, you can't have it both ways.
No, it's essentially because there are criminals who are being sent to prison for longer.
Except they're getting let out earlier.
Well, they are now, yes.
So they're not being sent for longer, are they?
Yeah, overall, they are. Over the past few years, sentence lengths have increased, which means that the prison population has increased. And it has now reached maximum. OK. Here's some more stats for you, OK, and then I'll let you go. Robbery, violence with injury and fraud increased notably in the 12 months up to June 2024. Right? Yes. I've just explained what happened. Crime has gone up. No, Mike, I've just explained. Crime has gone up from the lowest it has ever been to the second lowest it has ever been. It went up by about 10% last year.
Well, doesn't that suggest to you that there's a trend that it's going to go up another 10% in the next year? It may do. And if it does, and you'll then come on and say it's at the 3rd lowest it's ever been, and then the following year it'll be at the 4th lowest it's ever been, and then until you finally get to the point where you realise that reality has hit you and crime is actually up, you'll eventually admit it in about 5 years' time, according to my projections. Mike,